Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Gold Rush. Now, you may notice things have changed a little bit. We've got 224 ounces of gold and $5.9 million. There's been a couple of changes. First and foremost, I don't think they've even got the slot system anymore on the game. I think that has been completely removed. I think it's been removed. I'm not entirely certain about this whole slot system thing. Now, the thing is, though, we bought all of the slots with $1 a piece. We changed everything to $1, and now we've changed back. And so they've refunded the money that we spent on the slots, but they haven't taken into account the $1 per item thing. So we've actually now got a little bit more money than we had previously. We've also been given back all of the gold that we had at the end of the last series. No, not the last series, the end of Season 1, before we moved to Season 2. So we've got an awful lot of stuff here. Now, maximum machines on Old Arnold. We don't have Rivertown or Pine Valley there. Maximum machines on Parcel 1, upgrade 1. Cancel. I'm not really sure what's going on here because it says maximum machines on parcel is 1. Then we've got loans, we've got stock. That's currently quite low. Sell bars. Now, well, we don't have any bars at the moment because we've not got any. We haven't been to the blacksmith. But we got 224 ounces of gold right there. And this 5.9 million. Now, we've got a load of machines here on this claim. So I'm not really sure how this is working. I'm not really certain how we're supposed to go about seeing what we've got on the claim and what we haven't got and so on. And I'm sort of looking around here. I don't see loads of different things. Now we look into the gold map. If I go to Parcel 4, which is the one that we're on, we've got this here. Now if I re-drill this one, I'm thinking it's probably going to come out a bit differently because we were messing around with the overburden on it. So we'll take a look at doing that and re-drilling at some point, but we've got other things that I want to do as well. It's not there. So where is... I'm guessing that we've got all the machines that we can have on this claim. We can't have any more up here, but it's not actually sort of classing it at the moment as extra machines, but we will need to at some point. We'll have to do something about it. Now, I'm not entirely disappointed that we've got this $5.9 million because there are extra things that we want to do. We can now put a jig down here, a hog pan jig thing down there, and we can also have another duplex jig. We can have a hog pan there, and we can have a duplex jig there, and another hog pan, and another sluice with more mats and everything. So you've got like double lots of mats, and you've got more mats down here as well. You basically got mats everywhere. You've got loads and loads of them. So there is this available. We are able to do this if we want to, and that is something that I definitely want to do. We've also got to get the all of the bits and pieces over there and finish getting that set up. It's not my priority today, though. I'll also like to say that, yes, I'm aware I haven't done very much in the way of Gold Rush stuff lately. I've only done one episode last week and then again this week. I've deliberately taken a little bit of a break from it up until the update comes out. And, excuse me a minute. I deliberately took a break until the update comes out purely because I thought, well, we're not really going to be doing a great deal other than just sort of clearing stuff and making way for this update. And then I was sort of thinking, well, you know, then we're going to start working towards getting Frank and stuff like that. Turns out that we don't need to worry about working towards getting Frank because we've now got all of this extra cash. Now, I'm aware that some of you will probably think that we shouldn't keep this cash and that we should do something with it to get rid of it and we should earn this money properly. I'm going to do a bit of work towards earning it, but I'm not gonna kill myself trying to get it. I'm not gonna kill myself. I'd really like to take a look at this stuff. Today for me is actually Wednesday, so the update is not out yet. Frank is not here. Frank is not ready yet. Frank will be here, and I'm going to be doing an episode for this fairly early on next week. Quite possibly I will do it on Monday. May even do it on Sunday. I'm not quite sure yet, but I want to sort of let the DLC get released and any early bugs sort of get ironed out, and then we can go and take a look at it. And we have the money that we can set. We can get a couple of those great big machines and bring them over here, get it all set up, and do something with it. What I'm sort of thinking is that we would build up our... Let me just push that over a bit further. I think that's as far as we're going to go with that. What I was thinking is that we would build up our claim, and we would have a couple of these guys, a couple of Franks out ready. Is it actually squashing down the dirt with the tracks? It is. It's actually squashing some of it down. That is fantastic. Yeah, so we'll build up, not build up, we'll do some more leveling off, but then we'll get a couple of these great big conveyors, a couple of big Frankensteins, heading all the way over there to the wash plant, and then we just get onto our excavator at this end and start loading, just shoveling soil straight into the conveyor belts and then letting it run all the way back across the claim into the wash plant and being washed out. I think that would be a really cool way of doing it. I don't know how well it's going to work trying to do that, but that is kind of what I'm aiming to do with this. It's what I'd like to be able to do. So, and this, I think that they're like $450,000 each. So, I mean, yeah, we got $6 million here, so we're not going to have any problem being able to afford to buy it. Now, what I'm going to do, I've lowered that one down. I actually want to go down just a little bit, like that. And then take it out again and level off, and we'll start pushing this out a little bit further. I'd like to lower this down quite a bit before we're finished, so that we've got a nice long run that is a lot lower down. So we've sort of stripped off the overburden, and this is generally the easiest way to do it. You just get the bulldozer set into the position that you want, and then just start pushing. That's all we got to do. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time working on this today. And if we can get this out and ready, we'll have a nice flat level area that we can then put a couple of the big conveyor belts on. And then once the conveyor belts are all set up, we go down the other end with the excavator, and we can go and do that. We're also going to have to obviously finish setting up our wash plant. We haven't got that finished yet, so that's going to have to be worked on. We need to get everything else in place. We've got to go into town, and we've got to buy another duplex jig, so that we've got the two of them in there. We'll have to get another hog pan back here so that we can get that one set up with the sluice and everything else. We want the whole thing here. We want all of the works. Absolutely every single little bit of gold gathering ability. Now, what we did have at the end of the last series, or the last season, was we had our 300-ounce bar of gold that many of you wanted me to get to sort of make up for cheating in the gold that we did sort of partway through that series. And I'm thinking that we shouldn't get rid of our 300-ounce bar of gold, so I'm going to try and do that again. I'm going to use a lot of the first gold that we get in order to make a 300-ounce bar of gold. And I'm also thinking that we could go bigger than that, because we've got this 5.9 million. I would very much like to have the maximum size bar of gold. Now, the maximum that I have heard that is possible to get is a 999.9 ounce bar of gold. So we're going to go until we've got well over 2,000 ounces of, well over, I would say 1,500 ounces of gold, maybe a bit more, so that we can make one huge, great big gold bar. So we won't have the 300-ounce one. We're going to go much bigger than that. We're going to try and get a 1,000-ounce bar of gold. Now, I do have an employee, and he's working very, 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 very slowly, but he is working. There is gold ticking up there. Now, I believe that they did sort of work on some of those issues that people were having with workers not earning enough gold. Once it sort of got above a certain amount, they would sort of slow down and stop working like they were supposed to. So hopefully that has kind of been dealt with a little bit. I don't know if it has completely or not yet. Right, I'm going to go too much further than that, or I'm going to end up tipping off the side. Go back in there. I do like that the little lumps of dirt are actually getting squashed down now. That is fantastic. That is brilliant. I'm so excited about this DLC coming out. I know that a lot of you are, well, it does, actually no. This episode's due to go out on the 19th, isn't it? So by the time this episode goes live, you probably all will already have the Frank DLC, the Frankenstein DLC. You'll probably have it. It'll be available. You'll be able to play with it. You'll be able to be doing all sorts of stuff that I can't yet. So, for me, it's still not got there. But I mean, this is good, because we can use this episode to start getting things set up, and then next episode as well, once we actually get the DLC, we'll be able to just finish setting things up. We'll be able to buy the machinery, get it ordered here, and it also will find out whether or not we can get it sent here, because we've had the money all refunded that we used to unlock the machines on the claim. So we may end up not being able to get it straight away. We might have to use a lot of this $5.9 million to unlock having the machines on the claim, because we do have a load of machines here already, and we may end up sort of having to spend most of that in order to keep the machines here on the claim, or at least be able to add in the extra ones that we want, because we got the duplex jigs sort of come in. I think the sluices are no longer counted as machines, but I think everything else is still classed as machines. So like the duplex jig and the T-Rocks thingy-majiggy, and yeah, the thingy-majiggy is the technical term for it, by the way. That is the proper technical term that is used for it. And generally there's a lot of other stuff there as well. So a lot of it we're going to have to we'll have to spend a lot of this money in order to unlock all of those slots. And that is going to eat into that big chunk quite a lot, which I'm actually not sorry about. I don't want masses and masses of gold there, of money there. I'd like to have some money, but I don't want to have so much that it sort of takes away any of the enjoyment of the game. I'd like it to still be a challenge. I'd like us to still have things to work towards. I mean, if nothing else, we can work towards a large pile of gold. We're definitely going to be working towards having a 1,000 ounce bar of gold somewhere on the claim. I don't know where we're going to put it. It's something that we're going to have to decide. I'd like suggestions today. Where do you think I should actually put a 1,000 ounce bar of gold if I'm able to get one? Where would be the best place to put such a bar of gold? Now, I don't think it actually goes to, like I said, I don't think it actually goes to 1,000. I think it actually goes to 999.9 ounces. So I don't think you quite reach the full 1,000. But yeah, where would you like me to store said enormous bar of gold? We got to be able to put it somewhere, and we got to put it somewhere that we don't want that we're not going to easily lose it. Now, I do like the idea of having it as the coaster again, so that we got something to rest our coffee mug on, because I quite liked that idea in the last season. I thought that was really good, having a 300 ounce bar of gold to rest our coffee on. And obviously we've done better since those days. So we've now got more money. So it's only right and proper that we should have a bigger coaster. And a bigger coaster being a 1,000 ounce bar of gold does seem to fit quite well. I do like this idea. This is something that's really starting to appeal to me. Last little piece up through there, this height. And then I'm going to dig down again and try doing this a little bit lower down, so that we've got this nice road coming through. It's actually quite wide here. I'm quite impressed with just how wide we've been able to make this. We're bouncing over all of that rough ground. It's brilliant that it is actually doing that. We can now sort of work over the rough ground as well, and that is something that I'm finding particularly awesome about this, is the fact that we can do that. It's just leveling it out. It's only got to level it a little tiny bit, and it's such a minor detail, such a little tiny thing that it's something that we've been wanting for a very, very long time. And it's now actually doing it. See, it's leveling out the bumps. This is just really good. I honestly didn't think that I would get that sort of excited about something, such a minor little detail. Right, let me just move this around a little bit, and then we can lower that down, go down a little bit further, and go forward again. So I'm quite deep this time, but I think, again, it's going to be all right here. I'm going to keep working on this until I'm sort of almost down to the level that I was previously, although I think we might just want to, if we do this level and then maybe one more level down as well, we can then get the, actually I'm going to stop about there. I'm just going to start working at it from here. Fuel empty? I didn't realize it was low. Okay, let's leap out of there a second. We need to get a little bit of fuel and bring that up and over. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking that maybe about that height, maybe if we go down just a little bit further, we could then bring the drill back in and see what the drill has to say about the gold and how much further down it's got to be, that sort of thing. Just to sort of find out if we've made any progress, if it's made any improvements or anything. I don't think it really matters, to be honest, because what I'm planning with Frank, the way that we're going to be doing this, with have the conveyors and everything running, we're literally just going to find a spot, set the conveyors up, and then be using the big excavator to spoon the stuff straight in, and it's going to be fine. We've got a second sluice there. Have they given us a second sluice? Oh, I know what they've done. That is the second one. They've just now added in the mats and stuff. We're going to have to get more mats so that we can fill that one up as well. But yeah, that's what they've done there. Oops. It's really difficult to stop and start this thing and do it in like small increments and just slowly and steadily instead of forcing it really, really fast. Let's just go around here. Bring this one on up and past there. I've noticed from comments on the Facebook page that quite a lot of people at the moment are having some issues with the wheel loader, causing them problems. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that has issues with that wheel loader. Now, where is the fuel hose? Where is the hose? Oh, it's there. Oh, the tank's upside down. Is this one full? Have we actually got fuel in here? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that I did ask for fuel to be put in here. We'll soon find out. And it's upside down, so I've got no way of telling if there's actually any fuel in there. Let's just grab this one and see what it does. Put you in there. Oh, it does have fuel. Yes, I refueled it completely, so it does work. We have got fuel in there. We can just let this one fill up a second, and then we can go over and refuel our bulldozer. Right, there we go. That one is filled up, so let's just put that back over there. We're going to have to do something with this at some point soon. We can't leave that upside down. That's just wrong. Right, this is all done here, so we can take this one down over to the bulldozer and refuel it, I hope. I'm hoping it's going to work all right. Bounce off up through here. The only issue we've got with the bulldozer doing this leveling out would be the same issue that we had last time round, is that when you get to the edge of the claim, it gets a lot more difficult to sort of level things out. Let's just stop right there. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. Let's not look for things to worry about. Let's just deal with the basics first. Now, where is fuels in there? Oh no, that's the battery on that side. So, fuel is there. There we go. And I can climb out of here. There we have the fuel pipe. And put that one on there. I'm stuck! I am literally, I'm completely 100... Oh, no, I'm not. I was almost completely 100% stuck. That is an awful lot of tension on that pipe. There's no wonder it's refueling so slowly. It's because it's pulled right round really tight on there. It's got a kink in the hose right there. You really should be more careful when you're doing these things. Fully refueled. Let's just put that one back over there. And actually, you've got to go onto there, haven't you? Right. Climb back into the truck, and I'm going to take this one back over to where all the other stuff is, if I can get the fuel bowser out of here. Yes, I can. Just. Only just, though. It's actually quite a challenge to move this thing round sometimes. Up through here, and we can park it back up the side up here. Okay. That bit is now dealt with. We can go back over... Ooh, stop. Stop. Yep, handbrake on. Everything's done. Okay. So down here, we're going to... If we're going to be using Frank, I think we can tip Frank straight into there. We don't actually need the conveyor belt and the elevator to start with. It will just run straight over, and you can put it straight into the T... Is it the D rocker? D rocker, I think it is. And then it will work, but I don't know how fast it pours it in. So... first of all, we'll try it running it into that one over that end, and after that, we'll wait and see. But I'm still very, very curious about whether or not we're going to have to spend most of our money unlocking all of the equipment slots once again, or if we're going to be able to keep the ones that we've already got. If they've gotten rid of them all together, or what, I'm not really sure how they're going to do that. And it does feel a little bit cheaty having this. $6 million for not really doing anything does feel a bit like cheating. However, it's mostly down to what you guys want. So, comments down below, are you happy with me keeping this money, or would you rather I found a way to get rid of it fairly quickly, like immediately go and rebuy the equipment slots? I know some of you don't like the idea of me not using the... some of you didn't like the idea of me using the $1 thing. Most people wanted me to use the $1 thing. I had a couple of people tell me that if I used the $1 thing, they would never watch my channel again because that's not how the game was meant to be played, which I thought was a bit bizarre, to be honest, because if the game wasn't meant to be played like that, then the devs wouldn't have put that mode in the game, surely. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong we'll wait and see. There may be consequences for me doing that. At the moment, the only consequence seems to be a free $6 million. So it's not all bad. I think I can live with a free $6 million. And yeah, but beyond that, I'm not really sure what other consequences there might be. I don't think there will be. I think it's just I don't really get this. If we move from Season 1 to Season 2, why would we have to start everything all over again? That's the bit that I don't understand. With it, I can understand that you might want me to not change over, but at the same time, how is that? How is it not how it's meant to be? Surely, if you're going from Season 1 to Season 2, like the actual real-life gold rush, they don't go back with nothing. They've got money that they've earned the first round, and they've got machinery that they've accumulated the first round that they use the second time. They don't go straight back to using a shovel for the second year that they go back, do they? I mean, I don't know. I've never actually watched the program, so I don't know. But that's my guess, is that they don't go back to using a shovel. They carry on using all of the big, expensive machinery that they've managed to accumulate, and they've used all of their gold that they had the first time round to buy more expensive machinery, and are able to keep going like this and moving onwards and upwards. Isn't that kind of the whole idea of it? I think. I'm sure it must be. I'm sure it must be. I'm sure I'm not alone in thinking that it's okay to sort of leap. Well, I know that I'm not alone in thinking that it's okay to use the $1, because most people who commented said, no, for goodness sake, please don't start all over again. It is just going to take too long. It's going to be tedious to watch. It's not going to be fun. So please, please don't do it. So yeah, most people were quite happy for me to carry on, which I'm quite pleased about, because I really didn't want to have to start everything all over again. Just bring that bit out there, and that's enough. I'm now sort of wondering how deep we should go, because I think that in the middle here there was actually some reasonable amount of gold. So we might go and get the drill again and do a little bit more drilling. Once we've leveled off this area here, we'll reacquire the drill. We'll bring that one back over, and we'll do a little bit more drilling before we finish up today's episode. Somebody wants to work for me! I've actually got somebody else that wants to come and work for me! Yes, we're not quite back up to, how many did we have? We had like 30 workers, I think, at one point. I don't know if it was quite 30, but we had a huge quantity of people that worked for us. And then they all up and left, which wasn't great. And they didn't come back for Season 2. And I was a little bit disappointed in them. You know, I spent all that time supporting them, and they didn't come back. But, you know, we do have new people coming to work for us now, which is excellent. It does mean that Frithgar Incorporated is back on its feet and is rising strongly. We're a new rising star, ladies and gentlemen. So let me just finish clearing a little bit more of this back, so we've got a nice level area. And then we're going to go and see who it is that wants to work for us, and we can also, hopefully, get the drill up here, and we can start doing a little bit more drilling and taking a look around and seeing if there is any, if we're any closer to the gold. It says we want to get closer to the gold is what we want. A little bit up through there, like that. I've got all these little patches all over the place now. I need to try and level some of these out a bit. We can bring that round over there, like that. Run that one up through. So all you can do, you just got to take little bites at a time, and it does stay nice and level. I've got no problem with it staying level, but you can't sort of put the bulldozer right into the middle. So it is quite realistic like that, because you can't with a real bulldozer just like ram it straight in the middle. You've got to take it a little slice at a time and keep working backwards and forwards with it. And so, you know, like that, this thing is very realistic, and it's actually really, really good. Now that I've sort of getting the hang of this bulldozer, I'm really liking it. People did say that with an update, it did change the way that the bulldozer performed, but I've not had any issues yet. Not so far, anyway. Now, I do have to be a bit careful backing up here because of the uneven ground. I don't want to get stuck. Steady. There we go. No, we're okay. We're all right. Everything is good with the world still. We'll bring that one round. Back over there. So we're mostly done with this section over here. Just got another few strips. I might just go backwards and forwards a couple more times just to clean some of this off. It's going to make it easier to move the other machinery around. If we've got this nice and clean and level, it'll make it a lot easier just to get the rest of the machinery around once we bring it up here. And the excavator and Frank as well. Frank's very important that we make sure that Frank is comfortable and happy. Yeah, we got to do everything we can to make sure that Frank is happy. We don't want Frank being upset. Swing this one round here. You can start pushing a little bit back over this way as well, so it goes quite a bit further back this way now than it has been. We go all the way back over. We got right to the very side of the claim here in some places. And push through that bit there, and then that comes back over, and we've got another wall building up. The only problem with having that wall building up there is we may struggle to get our drill back up here. I mean, I think we can still sort of get round there, sort of. We'll have to build another ramp in somewhere if we can't get the drill back up here. We'll build a ramp and then we can do it that way. Push that up a little bit more there. There we go. Right, one more pass, I think, just to get the highest of those lumps there, and then we can go back to the other side. Well, moving back into that corner over there. I want to keep that corner open, just to make it easier to... We can take the machinery in there and stuff like that. Push that up a little bit further, I think. There we go. And now we can start working back into that corner. Not sure where to exactly. Let's start from this point here, and we'll see if we can go right into the corner. I don't know how far we're going to be able to get with this one, though. I did struggle when I was sort of going across the other way. I struggled to push it. It's because of the sheer quantity of dirt that we got to move. There, see, it's slowing it down. Although, actually, this is not going nearly as slowly as it was with it going in the other direction. So it might be something related to that. But there we go. We can shove that right back up, and then just whiz straight back out again and take another bite. Just another little bit off the side of the blade. And there we go, we come out like that, back up to about there, and then another little bit, about a third of the way in on the blade, I think. Just, that's all, no more than that. Definitely no more than that. Maybe slightly less than a third, maybe more like a quarter, but I'd say a third would be about right. Come in through there we go. Push that all the way up. Don't really need to go any further than that. Back out again, and it's all you got to do is you just keep working backwards and forwards like this, and then once you've leveled off your area that you want down as far as you want it to be, you then go down another level and you can keep working. I've seen people who've taken off like a good couple of meters of overburden right across their entire claim using this exact method. Just keep working it backwards and forwards, just keep going and going and going and going. Now, I think that they did end up with a bit of a heap of stuff at one end of the claim. And that's fine, because we could sort of load that up right at the very beginning, load that up into excavator, into the dump truck or something, and shift it out the way. You're probably not going to get a massive amount of gold out of it. Get some gold out of it, don't get me wrong, but just not huge quantities. And then you've got the rest of the claim where you've actually dug down far enough to actually reach the gold, the gold bearing stuff. That's what I want. That's the word I'm looking for. Gold bearing. We'll just bring this up through here, and now we've got all these little like ridges that you need to go through, and you see you don't have to get rid of these ridges. I will this time, because I'm not planning to go any deeper at the moment. We may come back later on and go deeper again, but I don't think we will. So we do want to get rid of some of these ridges just to make it a little bit easier to move around, especially with if we do decide to use the dump truck here very much. It's going to make it a lot easier if we've gotten rid of a lot of this stuff. So let's just spin round that way. There we go. Right, I'm going to take that corner off there and just shove that back in here. There we go. And then we've got another little bit there. See, most of it is already out of the way now. I've still got that triangle stuck in the middle. I might ignore that for now, and we'll go and do something else. Come back and do that another day. We can park the bulldozer up here in the corner. I'm running out of time as well, so I think we'll just do a little slice down through here. And then we'll go and get that drill and bring that one up and see if we can do something with that one instead, so that we've not spent the entire episode just messing around with the bulldozer again. Because I did that only, well, that was actually last episode. So yeah, we don't want to do too many episodes like that, not in a row anyway. Just going to clear this little ridge all the way down through, just as the last little bit that we'll do. We'll clean up some more another day if we want to. We may not need to. This may be quite enough just as it is. So I'm going to take this one here, and I am going to go back into this sort of rough area here a little bit and try and push that ridge all the way down so it's out of the way. But we're going to leave the bulldozer down that end. So it'll be out of the way, but it is ready to work again as soon as we need it. Well, he says he's clearing the ridge. He's actually just making a brand new ridge all the way down the side. Not quite what I wanted to do. Still, it's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. Let's just push that up there. Back you out a little bit, and we'll stop that one right there. So, lights, turn you off, and then handbrake, turn off that one, and jump out. Right. That's the bulldozing done. Let's go and get our... Climb up here. Let's go and get the drill. We'll bring that one back over onto the top, and we'll go to the area that we already know has got some decent quantity of gold in it, and we'll do another exploratory drill. Right, we will go racing up across here. Well, we will go slowly and sedately up across here, because racing isn't really something you can do in a machine with steel tracks. I mean, yes, okay, technically, if it was a tank, I believe some tanks with steel tracks can get a really decent turn of speed on them, but this isn't a tank, so this one's not really going to go that fast. And, right, I'm just going to stop here a second. Let's just take a look at our map. We want to look at the gold map, and we want to see what we got. So we got that one over there, and we got this one 408 all the way over here. So if I toggle the square a minute, where is 408? Oh, it's when we're out of this, so we need to come out of this one so that we can see the square. And, oh, it's up there. So it's just away from where we were actually working previously. So I'm going to do a drill right here somewhere. And we'll see what gold we got there. And then we'll go back down to our other area where we were before. So I want to back up there. Yeah, we'll go to 463 in the middle there. Now, is it going to squash these lumps down with this one, or is this one just going to get stuck? This one apparently just gets stuck on those lumps, which is not ideal. We could do with it. Oh no, it is squashing them down a little bit. There we go. Excellent. Right, so now you just press is it F? Oh, set handbrake before drilling. Right. So then you press F and do that, and then it lowers down in, drills right down into the ground. All you got to do is just drill it in. You don't need to. Okay, once it's down into the ground, that's all you got to do. You don't actually have to keep going with it. So we're right down into the ground. So now if we go to the map and the gold map, seriously, nothing. There is no gold anywhere on that patch that we have just drilled. There's nothing. Total gold, 128 ounces. Over here, total gold on that one is nearly 3,000 ounces. And then up here, I mean, we don't have masses of gold in these areas, but that's because the claim is quite shallow there. Whereas over here, the claim is quite a bit deeper, 15 meters deep compared to just 6 meters. So that's why you don't have quite so much. But there is an awful lot of gold in there. This is the one over here, 408. So 463 is rubbish. Let's drill these next two, 438 and 439 as well. See if we can get anything from them. All right, all the way up, and then you can move forward. So we'll do one drill into the middle of the claim. I know that if you zoom in, you do actually look at each individual mark, but if I just go to the center of each square, it'll probably be the easiest way to do it. So we can lower that one down there and then drill it back down in again. And so what I'm thinking is that we'll do a little bit of digging down that end where we've got that nice rich area, but then we'll get Frank up here and we'll be able to use that area down there, the one that's marked up. We can start digging down in there and we can make a fortune from the gold that's in there. 438's got nothing as well. Yeah, if we basically we'll set Frank sort of one there and one there. I think they do go a long way. I think we'll only need 2. Well, we might need 3. I don't actually know at the moment. But yeah, dig up from that point and move it over. We should make an absolute fortune. So anyway, this one's not got very much. So let me just lift it up and move into the next square. And we'll see if that one's got anything. On we go. Next square. Right, have you got anything? 439. Please have something. You've got to have something here. We'll put that one in. We can also try 464. That one over there. That one's still a little bit higher. And then we'll go back down. We'll find the square that we marked up previously. And we'll take a look at that one. So, again, we got nothing. We got nothing in any of this area. Look at it. It's dead. There's no gold here anywhere. Okay, let's toggle 395 was the best one, wasn't it? No, actually, 394 is the best one. We'll go to that one. We'll lift out. Oop, no, that one. And we'll go all the way over to 394, and we will see what has changed. We've actually raised the height of 394 at the moment, so it's going to take more digging. We've cleared overburden on a lot of this over here, but this is not going to benefit us very much. 394. There's 394 over there. Oh, it's all the way off to the side. Didn't realize it was that far back, really. Let's just try one more drill here. Maybe this has got something. If not, we've got one over there, and then we've got one all the way back there. And the rest of the claim may not have very much in the way of gold. Oh, this one's got a bit. 442's got a bit. Not a huge amount, only 790 ounces altogether. These over here, this is terrible. There's no gold here. But that one there, that is a super rich spot, that is. So 394 and 419 as well. 419 is pretty good. So, alright, let's move to 419 and we'll see what that one's got. All the way up and fold. It is very, very slow getting the drill to lift up and down, but I guess you don't actually need to use it that often, so it's quite alright being fairly steady. So let's go 419. We'll back over a little bit. There we go. And handbrake on. Now lower this drill in. We got to look at on the map. We got to compare the different drill points on here to see where the height, to see where the height of the land has changed. So we go back there, and we're in 419 at the moment. So that one's now saying that we've got more gold in here. If we zoom in, though, now we've got that one there, which was drill number 0. That was the first one that we did on day 2. And then we've got this drill here. So this one here is 3.6 meters there. And then this one over here, it's actually changed a little bit. It's 3.8 meters. There's a little bit of overburden on the top, but generally speaking, it's not too bad. So 394 was another one. Now this one over here, this one here is the first drill on 394. That one had quite a lot of gold there, but we'll see. We'll have to see now how the height of it has changed, because I've definitely increased the height on that one a bit. Just back over there. I reckon about that point there. Oh, no, sorry. I want to go back a little bit further. There we go. Let's try that point, and we'll chuck the drill down into the ground. See what this one has to offer. See if we've really added very much to the overburden on the site. Right, that one's down in. Good gold map. And right, so 394. Okay, we've added nearly a meter of overburden to the site on here. And we got 58 ounces of gold in that one, and 50. Yeah, so it's roughly the same. It's just that we've added overburden to the site just to make it a little bit more difficult. So overall, that says 800 ounces. This one says 1,000. That one there, 395, is only saying 300 ounces of gold. Let's go to 395 is actually not really changed very much. We don't really have a lot more time for this episode, so in our next episode, I'm going to be doing an extra one. I know that I've only done one this week, but I will be doing some more next week because we'll have the DLC by that point. We're going to get Frank, and we're going to start doing some stuff. We got to finish rebuilding all of the we got to finish building all of the sluice and everything over there. We've got to finish putting that together, and then when we've done that, we want to try getting Frank. I'd like to try and do a whole load of work without having to use the dumper at all. We can just sit in the excavator and spoon it straight in with the excavator. We will try. I know that a lot of people have been asking me to try again using the wheel loader. So I will try using the front loader, the wheel loader. However, at the moment, it really doesn't look like it's working very well. It looks like in the latest update, it's gotten even worse. It's not tilting over enough to be able to tip, and a lot of people are having problems with this. So we will sort of keep that in mind and be aware that it could be a serious issue. We don't know at the moment if it's going to be a problem or not. So this area here, we got four squares. We've got this one, and then one here, and then one over here that seems to have the bulk of the gold. So we can set Frank up over here somewhere, and we can start. I mean, I like the idea of being able to use the wheel loader just to start with, to go in off the edge of the claim and just start working into some of this area here. If we could do that first, that would be really, really cool. We'll have to wait and see. We got to rebuild all of this first. And anyway, I'll worry about getting the worker set up in our next episode as well. So we'll do all of that. So it's all still to come. So if you enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye. and see you later.